I'm the owner here at Peace Vans. I'm sitting across from Mark Lorenzo. Mark is picking up his van today after, how long has it been in the shop?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. It's a massive restoration project.
Too many things that I could actually talk about.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. In prep for sitting down with you, I looked through all the work order, and it is one of the largest projects we've done. We've certainly done things of this scope before, but you've been amazing to work with. And I thought it would be I didn't work directly with you that much. We hung out at the Fremont Fair, and I feel like I know your daughter Lucy a teeny bit. And gave you and your wife some advice, which no parent should give any other parent advice ever, but about it gets easier and better. And that is true. But so your van, so you've had the van 15 years. So what prompted you to double down on it, basically?
I mean, no doubt. I mean, it's because of my child. I mean, I just thought that would be really a cool thing for her to see the Northwest in a van, a vintage van. Just exploring and, not making plans, just getting in the van and going. And the restoration makes it more reliable, which I kind of enjoyed the unreliability of it. Yeah. But now with a family, it's not just about me. So that was probably the main motivation of the restoration. And the restoration just kept going and going and going and growing and growing and growing. And I'm like, let's just go all in. And
did you ever think about, before you dove into the restoration, about changing platforms? Or were you like, I've had the van 15 years, this is like an appendage to me, I couldn't lose it?
When you say platforms, you mean different style?
Yeah, like a Sprinter or a ProMaster or something bigger.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I thought of, I looked at Sprinter van websites for a year, and I don't know. They just, I know it's cliche, but they just don't have the soul that the van has.
And I talk about that a lot. I drive these little Metris camper vans. But if I had my choice to drive something, I'd drive my van again. It's just the soul, the road feel. And I have a Subaru in my van like you have now too. And it's really nice to have that extra power and reliability. But yeah, there's nothing quite like rolling up into a campground. Someone runs up to you, starts telling you about their van or their family, and then you make that connection. And you talked about your daughter, because it's a community, and you don't really get that in anything else, and it's really wonderful. And were you a customer of the shop before the restoration? I don't think you were.
I think the only reason why I came to Peace Vans is because location. I live in Queen Anne, so it's relatively close. Yeah. And how was the experience restoring the van?
Well,
Gary's been great. Yeah. I mean, he's pretty much the only person I've been dealing with. Right. I mean, even Lance, the mechanic, I haven't chatted with him much.
Yeah, Lance is a little shy. Amazing, but a little shy.
But Gary was the reason, because he never pressured me. I was like, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do it? I'm not really sure. And I would sit and wait for a month while the van was sitting in your shop, I think.
Yeah.
And he never called me. And then he finally checked, hey man, just seeing how things are going. There was no pressure, and that was a huge difference. And then I was like, gosh, what else am I going to do?
Right.
So I just went for it.
So what are your favorite things you did to the van during this process?
I haven't really experienced
it. Okay, yeah. So I'll give you a few highlights that I see. So we surprised Mark. His Recaro seats were back ordered ridiculously, like everything. This video shot in in June of 2022. So we're still experiencing supply chain issues, but your Recaros came in and they really truly are a game changer from a comfort perspective. You have a Subaru motor, which is just a whole game changer from performance, reliability, just road noise. We completely overhauled the suspension. The van's going to feel completely different driving. You have a whole bunch of camper system upgrades. I think we put a heater in the van. We deleted the fridge, but you've got a really nice Dometic cooler in there. A beautiful awning. You've got the rooftop box. You've got upgraded wheels and tires, and that look gorgeous on the van. The list goes on and on, but everything we could replace was replaced for the most part. I don't think there's you know, there's probably something in there that's 30, 35 years old still, but for the most part, everything is new. So any ideas we talked about it briefly, but any ideas of first trips? Not sure. It depends on Lucy.
No. We're just gonna. I think Mama and I are gonna. We're just gonna try to outfit it. I mean, Mom has no experience in those vans, so you know we'll just have to. We have no idea where we're gonna go. We're just gonna outfit it, which kind of goes with the continuous theme I've always had with the van. I never really knew where I was going until I got in the van and decided at that point. I find it to be liberating, but we'll see if Mama and the baby. Are down with it.
Well, if you want a few easy campsites, we're happy to give you access to our private campsites.
Yeah.
You know, Krista on the team, those are great, easy, within a day's drive, get settled in. My one tip for a kid that age, I don't know how you guys sleep, if you co-sleep or mom or whatever, but like if you leave the rear seat up, that back behind the rear seat, that's almost the exact same dimensions as a crib. And I would put my daughter, like until 3, till she got out of the crib, in that area, either for naps or even to sleep. And my wife and I would sleep upstairs.
That's I've never slept upstairs before.
Oh, really?
Never have.
Oh, so nice. It's like in the trees.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one tip if you want. You know, the daughter fits really cozy back there behind the seat. You don't make the lower thing into a bed, and it's the exact same dimensions as a crib. And does your daughter? You say your daughter doesn't even know what the van is, but she's 13 months.
I don't think she's ever been in it.
Yeah. So the other thing is, it's a great playpen. Yeah, like I don't know if you have a front yard in Queen Anne, but like oftentimes my wife and I, we would just leave my daughter in the van and we would garden or just be in the front yard, and that alone was just a joy to know. And then as she got older, like her and her friends would play in the van, and they still do. And actually, on our most recent trip, we went to Deception Pass, and she frickin' kicked me out of the van.
Oh, wow.
I had to sleep in a tent, and she slept in the van with
That's her space.
With her 3 friends. So it's been really like special to give her that.
Yeah.
So I wish nothing but that for you, like memories with your daughter, and then your van's a manual, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you'll maybe in 15 years you'll teach your daughter how to drive.
Oh yeah. No, way before that for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Of course.
I'm debating whether we're going camping soon in a big open field, letting my daughter, just point the van and push on the pedal.
It just needs legs long enough to reach the pedals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you so much. Like, really, like, we don't do a lot of these projects. They, despite what you might think, they're actually not super profitable for the shop. They're like passion projects, and we're really selective about who we work with. And you've been a joy to work with. So I deeply appreciate it. I know we didn't work that much together, but just empowering Gary to do his best work with you, and I'm glad you got to experience that. And I really wish you, as someone, I had my daughter, someone said to me, welcome to the best club in the world, dads of daughters, but the very best club in the world is owning a Volkswagen Vanagon and being a dad of a daughter. So welcome to that club, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you. Totally. Yeah. Thank you guys so much, and maybe you'll see Mark on the road, although his van is going to look dirty in about a week, so you won't recognize it.
It's pretty shiny right now.
I know. Cool, thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
It's awesome, but I mean that, like raising my daughter.
No, I
raising my daughter in the van has been one of the greatest gifts I've had. So I wish that for you too.
Thank you.
I'm getting up here.
Thank you.
I did a trip, and
This is all intuitive on my part. I just have always thought, I just know. That's the reason why I bought the van in the first place 15 years ago. Is I just knew good things would happen.
Yeah, totally, and they do.
And they do.
They do, yeah.
And
it is a lesson in intuition, because there's nothing practical about it at this point.
Gary said there's nothing rational with what you're doing.
No. But if you put like emotion in the denominator, it starts to become rational. If you just do dollars and cents and time, but if you put emotion in the equation, it all of a sudden starts to balance out.
For sure.
So sorry for crying. So it was after the video. So I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it
for the video. It's not for the video.